Hello everybody, this is Matt from Sophisticated Cerberus Games, and today we are doing a single player playthrough of Sprocketforge against the Great Cogworks, or as I will call it, the robot. And so setup for the player is the same. You get a random commoner and merchant order, you have one of each mana type in your exhaust. The robot doesn't have a player board because they have no gears. You'll just pick one of the colors that's not in play, so I'm playing the Goblin faction, so they're going to play the Gnomes, which is very fitting. And then we'll get a Merchant and a Noble order to start the game. The Merchant on the left, Noble on the right, they're going to fulfill orders from left to right. I'll kind of go into more of the rules for the robot as we encounter them, just to make it easier. They do have a deck that they start the game with, and so that is going to be the actions that the robot will take. So, to start the game, the only difference is that I will pick two of these enchantments from here without refreshing them in between, which is slightly different when you play in a regular game where you get to refresh it each time. I'm going to go ahead and grab this stealing mana, recycling mana, and also completing, or also a lot of water. And then I'm going to grab, this is okay. Let's do a little bit of cleanup with that water at the same time. I definitely don't mind that. So my setup is complete, and I'm just going to flip out 2 new ones. We are ready to begin the game. To start, the robot always draws the first card. And, well, okay, so the robot's going to petition, but it doesn't have any orders, or any favors. So in this case, this symbol means to recycle the deck, which is what it will do. And so it's quite uneventful first round, but sometimes that happens. And so we will just shuffle this deck and bring it back out. It will then go to my turn. I am going to produce, so that will mean I clean up 2 of my exhaust. And so we'll get rid of these 2, and I get 1 water mana, which I will put in my mana pool. And I will use that to complete this commoner order, which will go back here and get me another enchantment that will come into play later. I'm actually going to end recycling these. I don't love those enchantments based off of my current build, so let's just do a recycle here. And okay, cool. This is nice. I like this double earth production going on. So what I'm going to do is place that in my gears. I'm going to rotate it first. Let's line it up. That's pretty all right. Yeah, let's do that. We'll line it up with this. So actually, we'll line it up in the same direction. Okay, so we'll put it there. Now I took the produce action, so the follow action of the robot is going to take a water, get one of those waters that it needs out of the way. And that's it for me. So I've already rotated, we're good to go. Oops, make sure the right sectors are going down. So the robot will go again. And it's going to produce this time, which is going to be 1 mana and 1 recycle. Now, these are just cards for our prototype version. The actual factory version didn't come in time because we didn't quite have it ready when we ordered these prototypes you're seeing here today. So it's going to go ahead and grab a water. It will recycle, actually. Well, yeah. It will recycle. It can't really put anything on orders, and it stores on orders, so it's not going to be able to get anything for that. So what it will do, though, is finish these 2. This one with these 2 mana. It'll just grab a favor. I will put its favor over here, just face down. And so this order is complete. Now it did also get a seal. What that means, it'll just grab one. We'll just grab the leftmost one. So this seal will be out of the game. I can no longer take it, which is unfortunate for me. Kind of to simulate another player taking it. So that is the produce action. I will go ahead and, as a follow action, take a fire mana. You may notice these resources are 3D. You will be seeing this in the Kickstarter as an upgrade. These are our prototype versions of the 3D components, but they will be fully molded and painted and whatnot at the higher tier level. So, my turn. I'm going to go ahead and produce. It's pretty good produce. I get a fair amount of resources, 2 earth, a water, and a fire. I have a fair number of these things off of the screen just to make things easier to see and not get in the way of the single player playthrough. I'm going to go ahead and complete this order with my 2 fire. And that's going to earn me a a favor and a seal. So I will go ahead and discard these, and I will grab my favor and my seal, and I'll just put my favor face up on my player board, or my player right here. And my seal, I kind of want something to draw orders because I don't have a lot for that, and it could be quite beneficial for me to do that. I'm going to line it up this way. So I will rotate my gears, store the rest of this mana, which luckily I now have a decent amount of it. And this thing is just going to be rock central. That sounds kind of fun. And we'll just put the water with the water. Okay, it's now the robot's turn. Of course, I did produce there. So as the follow action, it's going to have a gain of fire because it needs fire. Now it's going to plan. So it's simply going to gain orders. Now what it will do, it has less merchants than it does nobles. So we're going to grab a merchant order, the one with the most renown. These two are tied, but this one has favor on it, so it's going to grab the one with favor first. And now we are tied again, another one with favor. So now that we aren't tied, it'll grab a noble order next time it'll plan. But that'll be all it does. I will go ahead and grab the random merchant order, hoping I get something useful. That is actually pretty good for my turn, which is now. And I think what I'm going to do is not great. I think I'm simply going to plan. So I'm going to remove 2 fire mana because I know that the robot wants it. And I'm going to get 3 orders here. Let's grab a commoner so I can get another enchantment. You know what? Let's actually get... Now, we'll save one. No, we will take it. And then we will go ahead and get something with cleanup and kind of tailor to my machine as well. Actually, no. I'm going to need favor. More favor than I think. So let's grab one with favor, not with a lot of points, but being able to petition is very nice. Okay, and the robot will go ahead and grab a random merchant order, and I will rotate. All right, let's see what the robot's going to do. It's going to produce. It's going to get 2 mana, so it's going to get this feather and this fire. It can also steal from me. Now it can't steal, unfortunately, this last air. So it's going to go ahead and grab this rock to start getting this order ready. And since I produced, I can grab something, or I can rotate. And rotating is pretty tempting because my current setup is pretty empty. So at least next round I can get 2 of something. So we'll just rotate. And that is it. So I am going to produce, getting me a water and an earth. And... well, I mean, it's a good thing I got 2 of these because I can fulfill them right now. Let's go ahead and do that and get 2 more enchantments. The first one, I'm going to get a double water. I never dislike that. That's pretty good, especially if I combine it with my double earth up here. And go get 1 from my stack here. Okay. I could, before fulfilling the second order, refresh this. I kind of want some more fire, and I'm gonna go look for more fire. I'm gonna say, ditch the air mana. Let's look for a fire. Hopefully. There it is. Oh wow, it's actually a double, which that could work out very well. I could have a really big round, a lot of dead rounds, where I'll have to just rotate. But 3 doubles in a row. That's quite incredible of a draw for one really strong production round. Okay. That's good. Still no points on the board, so I will rotate. And now it is the robot's turn. It's going to produce. So it is going to grab that air mana and that fire mana. And this is going to be a pretty big turn. That's going to be 6 points for the blue Cogworks. And it is going to get 2 favors out of that as well, which is a fair amount of points coming in for our robot friend here. So let's go ahead and grab 2. That brings 3 favors for the robot. Only 1 for me so far, but I think we'll be able to change that coming up. I do get to take something. I have some fire coming in and a water, not very good. So I think we're gonna really just rotate, going for my bigger income turn. Okay, now it's my turn. I still don't have much, but I can do some good cleanup and planning. So let's go ahead and plan. Let's move these down for the robot. We're going to get rid of 2 mana in my exhaust, and it's time to start getting things that are fairly good for my factory here. So this looks pretty decent for me. Got 2 seal upgrades. Let's get that for sure is very handy. I can do that in 1 round. And we'll go ahead and grab this too. It never hurts. It's good for my factory. Okay. And that is it. I will simply rotate. And since I planned, the robot will follow. Now we are going to grab the robot's card, which is to plan as well. It definitely wants one of those very nice noble orders this time. Go ahead and grab one of those. Okay, and it also gets a mana, so it's going to grab a water mana. Now I could follow that action. I don't really want to, so I'm going to just keep it here. So on my turn, I am going to produce. We're going to grab my 2 water, my 2 fire, and my 2 earth. And fire. Oh, actually, make that 3 water. And I can grab an order if I would like. Not sure I want to. You know what? Actually, yes, I do. Because this is a very good order as well. They're all pretty equal here, just different mana combos, but I have them all. So I'm going to go ahead and also get my tracker on the scoreboard here as I fulfill this order. It does give me a lot of water. Quite fun. So I myself will get 5 points and a favor. Oh, unfortunately it's a 1, but hey, that's good for petitioning. So we will go ahead and let's see if I can match this up. That's potentially probably good. There we go. And this way, so we can kind of match a lot of water up. Maybe we'll get something with it. Okay, now I did produce, which means our road friend will follow by taking an earth. And we have petition, and it does have 3 favors, so it'll randomly discard 1. It's going to look at the previous card at the bottom. It says it's going to take the purple any evented mana for its petition. So it will discard a favor random. I'll just put that at the bottom here. That's going to be 2 more renown for the robot. I want to not follow that. It's a fairly low level petition, and yeah, I just don't know if I need that. Okay. It's going to refresh its deck though. So we will do that. Now I could rotate while I'm refreshing the robot's deck. I could rotate. Would that be useful for me? I do need some fire. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, if I rotate though, I won't have anything. Or at least right now I have something. I do have a steal. Oh yes, the robot is going to finish this order as well. Forgot about that having enough mana. So let's go ahead. Got the renown. Let's get another favor coming right back in for the robot. Unfortunately, I really wish I could have stolen that, but I will not be able to this time around. So, I can't steal anything. I can get a lot of water, which I'm 1 shy. One mana shy of this order, unfortunately. I could potentially petition though, and you know what? I think I will rotate as my follow action. It's not a useful one. Again, I only really have 1 good combo. So, whoops, that's the wrong deck. So I will petition with my 1 point here. Let's put that at the bottom too. And that's going to go ahead and grant me a favor. And 3 renown. So I will get 1, 2, 3, and a favor right back. And that's a better outcome. The robot will follow as well to discard 1 of these at random. Also getting 3 renown. Normally I'd have to check if it could follow 0 to 8 on the previous card, but since it has nothing, it'll follow any of the petitions. Okay, and then I rotate again, really trying to get my lineup back in order here. So now it is the robot's turn. And it's going to do a pretty heavy produce action here. 3 whole mana, which is very good for the robot. And I got to follow by either rotating or taking a mana. Now I do have a water coming in, 2 water coming in, and an earth. Ooh, yeah, let's grab the earth. I think I can make use of that. Okay, robot will complete this order for a single renown, and then a seal. So it's going to grab the one, now that one of them has less in there, which actually two of them do, so it'll just grab one of them random. It probably doesn't want me drawing orders, so we'll just give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, and then it also has a pair of cleaning up the exhaust on there. Whenever it's got a pair, it's going to get another renown there. So it's starting to make that gap a little bigger. So I'm going to have to pick up the pace here. So now this is my turn. I'm going to go ahead and produce, which is going to give me an earth and 2 water and a fire, which luckily is enough for me to get another big noble order done for 5 points. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bringing me up there and getting me another favor. It's a single, but hey, that's okay because I do like having a few singles to throw away for some petitions. Now my exhaust is getting quite full, so I'm going to have to probably focus on some of these coming up here. And I do have a fire coming up, so I'm going to put this here, rotate this, so I'm set up for the future. Let's go ahead. It's going to produce again. Ooh, this is interesting. So it's definitely going to finish this. It gets a steal from me. Let's go ahead, start getting that fire. And that'll be all it can do. So it's going to go ahead here. It's going to grab another one of those order seals and then get a favor. And that means I really want to try to get another one of these before it takes it. So favor for the robot. Okay. That is it. I get to take a mana as a produce follow, which I think I will take an earth mana. It seems pretty good because I need something to clean up some of that in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and produce. I'm gonna get a fire. So I'm gonna get that water. Yeah, it's not a big round. Pretty much it actually. Okay, so that's okay though, because all I really need to do is get this done, which lets me get rid of 2 mana. And what I'm going to do is put this one in there and get rid of the 2 fire. I didn't really get rid of any properly, but I did remove the fire that it might try to recycle from my exhaust, because it very much needs that. So let's go ahead and put this water, probably line it up right here. Okay, and then I will get for that, go ahead and grab 1 seal and 1 renown. So we'll catch up to the robot. And I get a seal, which I'm going to grab. I do need to get something to clean up, but I don't want this to disappear. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of line this one up with the bigger rounds that I have. And then I'll rotate, which is, oops, just popped out of there. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now it's the robot's turn, now that I finish rotating. And it is going to plan, it's going to grab a merchant order. This one's worth 3 points, so it's definitely going to do that. And it gets to take a mana. And it will definitely grab a fire mana for the robot here. Ooh, I have something interesting I'm going to do on my turn. I was going to produce, but I'm actually going to do something different. I'm going to petition. So I'm going to petition the any vented mana, which the robot will get as well because it has any vented mana to follow. So it's going to randomly draw a favor to get rid of. And we're both going to get 2 renown, 1, 2, keeping us both at 16. But I get to remove all vented mana of a single type, and I have a lot of earth mana in my exhaust. So we are just going to get rid of all of that. And oh yes, since it planned, I also can draw 1 favor card, or 1 order card, which I will do. So yes, that favor is now gone. We both gained 2 renown, but I got rid of a whole bunch of mana in my exhaust, which is really handy. And so that cleans things up quite well, and I will go ahead and rotate. So my next turn is my big one. Very handy for me. Robot gets to go ahead. And it's going to plan again, grabbing 2 cards here. These are all the same, but this one's got more favor on it. And now it can grab a noble worth 5 points. 5 renown here. And I'll go ahead and just take another random merchant, may as well. These are pretty neck and neck. Okay. We're definitely going to produce because I get that 2 fire. I get the 2 earth, 2 water. And then I get another water and another fire, which is a whole lot of mana command. There's one very large set of mana. So, wow, I can do a lot with this. I can take an order, and this order is quite tempting. Although I can complete this as well. So, I think instead we're going to take this order. Whew, it's a good thing I cleaned up my exhaust because we're going to be putting a lot in there. Now I do have to discard down to 5 at the end of my turn, so let's go ahead and take 4 mana to complete that order for 5 renown. So getting me to 21 points and a favor. What we got, we have our first 3. Definitely want to hang on to that. And we will really just clog things up here. And we're going to get 4 more renown. And we're going to grab a seal. I really could use something to start cleaning up my exhaust. And I usually use this side of the wheel here. So let's go ahead and do that. And we'll store this to come around this way. Okay. That was a pretty nice round. Since I produced the follow action, we'll grab an earth over there. And it will produce, so it's also going to get a fair amount of mana here. It's going to grab 1. It's going to grab 2. And it's going to grab 3. So now it just needs 1 more earth to finish that order. And since it produced, I have a whole lot of water and earth. I'm going to grab an earth for my follow action because I can utilize that quite well. Need to clean up some stuff. So it is now my turn. I will produce. Yeah, definitely will produce. Getting 3 water. Do get to take an order, which I might do. And then I get to recycle. Let's grab. Yeah, let's put the herd on the robot a little bit. Oh, let me grab this earth as well. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna use this 2 mana to really fully fill up my exhaust. I get 1 renown, but oh yes, whoops, I forgot to score for the robot here. So it's getting 5 points and another favor card. So let me just finish that up before I continue my turn. Okay. So I got my 1 point already, and then I can clean up a whole row of this, and there's a whole lot in there I could get rid of, which I really need to do. And then next up, we will put 3 of that right back in there, so I'm almost filled up again. But I get 3 renown out of this, which is going to bring me pretty close to ending the game here. I do get another favor card. And then I rotate. All right. I did take the produce action, so it'll gain an earth right back. Definitely could use that. It's going to produce doing this and this. And so it gets 3 renown, 1, 2, 3. It gets another renown for the pair there, and it's going to go ahead and grab that trash seal, so I cannot take it. Okay. We are in the final countdown. I unfortunately have nothing, so my follow action is going to be to rotate on that produce. Otherwise, I can't do much. Even now, I can't do much. Don't have any card draw. I might need to plan here. I think I'll need to plan. So let's go ahead. Let's grab that and that. I know I can complete that. And let's go ahead and let's get this one too. Just give myself some options. Now the robot will go ahead and grab a merchant order. Okay. It's now the robot's turn. I need to rotate. Now the robot's turn. It's going to petition. It's going to do the one before it. It's going to do any event mana. So it's going to get 2 points, getting rid of a favor. Okay. There we go. And it's going to refresh its deck. Let's see, can I trigger an end here? I still cannot. I'm definitely not going to follow that petition because I'm just trading 2 points for 2 points, and that doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to rotate. This might be good for me to do just to clean up some stuff that I've got going on. I'm not going to get any orders done this turn. I don't think. I do get to take an order. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and produce. Just because I get 1, 2, 3 mana going away out of my events here, which is quite good. And then I get this and another water. Unfortunately, can't really do much with that. I guess I could take an order, but nothing. Oh, I could take this one, which is worth a point. I do a fair amount of favor. We do each get 1 last action, just like the regular game. I'm gonna actually wait. I'd rather feel safe completing one of these bigger orders, so I'm gonna give it 1 more round here, just so that I can hopefully get a lot more points coming in, which should be pretty reasonable. I guess these don't matter because I'm gonna pretty much use this. So the robot gets to go ahead, and it's gonna produce. So it's gonna grab a water. Oh, I guess I spilled one. I think that was in here. It's gonna go ahead and get a water. It can also steal one or recycle one from me, so it's gonna go ahead and do that. Not worth a lot of renown, but getting 2 favors right now is pretty handy, bringing us both up to 4, and I have no idea what's in here. So that's quite nice for the robot. Okay. I am going to produce. Again, I have my pretty large production round, which is quite good for me. Getting me a whole lot of mana and a whole lot of orders. So I should probably clinch the victory right here. I do have a trash. I can get rid of something. So let's go ahead and... yeah, I guess any of these will do the trick. So let's go ahead and fulfill this one for 5 renown. Let's see, what am I adding here? Kind of just threw a bunch of mana all over the place. 5 renown and a favor, which is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be very good. And 1 favor. We'll see what it is. It is a 1. That's expected. That's okay. We got a lot of points in there. And so the next thing I can do, not too much really. I guess I could just recycle this, although that would have to be before I completed any orders. Actually, I have to take them before I complete them. So there's not much I can really take and actually finish. So I'm just gonna have to store this. So I think for the next round, we'll just go and try to find a really large water order in there. See if I can finish that off. So the last round of the game, the robot's just gonna plan. Oh, right, I produced. And since that happened, it would probably go for the lesser one, knowing it would likely complete it, whereas this would be harder. We're still finalizing that bit. So we're going to say it's going to do that. So during the plan action, it's going to get that last fire, and it can take an order, which at this point doesn't matter too much. I guess I'll just grab that, and it will get 2 more renown, as well as a seal. Again, I'm not going to be able to take any, but we'll just say it takes that anyway. And my last round, I'm going to go ahead and refresh this. We're going to see if we can find something with a lot of water while I produce. I did, actually. I was quite lucky there. So we're just going to go ahead and get 3 water. Now, you will notice that takes me over, so I'm going to have to lose a victory point before I fulfill that order. But since I do have a take order, I can grab it. And then I'll get 4 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a seal or an enchantment, but at the end of the game, doesn't really matter. So that's good. I can just put this back. So I've got a pretty healthy lead here and a lot of favors. Let's go ahead and count the favors up. Oh, the robot only had 1s, which is not gonna help it. But I do get 10, 11 points, so 48, which is a pretty high score. It's probably one of the better games I've had. I've actually never beaten this robot before as well, so I'm quite pleased with the outcome of this game. But that's how the robot works. In the final game, we're going to have tiers on each of these cards. Probably be like a, easy, medium, hard level, if not separate decks. We're still finalizing the details there, but in any case, we will see you all on Kickstarter, and thank you for watching this solo playthrough.